I welcome you to the third session of grammar. In this session, we will take a look at the basic concepts of subject and verb agreement. This is one of the basic types of error that you would see in questions in various examinations. Let us see how to tackle these questions. Basics of nouns. The first thing we need to know is noun case. Now, every sentence has a noun and a verb, and noun performs different functions in the sentence. Sometimes it might occur as the subject of the verb. A noun might also occur as the object of verb, and so on. So whenever noun performs a function, each function is termed as a case. Old English had 5 cases in which nouns were used. Fortunately and thankfully, modern English has only 3 cases of nouns. So, what is a noun case? It describes what role the noun performs in a sentence. There are 3 cases of nouns in modern English which we will study: the subject case, the object case, and the possessive case. Let us take a look at 2 sentences. A bookie found accepting bets on matches was arrested. So, there are 2 nouns here, bookie and bets. Bookie is the doer of this sentence. Bookie is the main subject of this particular sentence. Therefore, the noun bookie appears as a subject of the verb here. So this word is in the subject case. The word bets, on the other hand, is being accepted by the subject, and therefore the word bets, the noun bets, is in the object case. Let us take another example. Dhoni's bat was auctioned for rupees 72 lakh. So here the bat belongs to Dhoni, and therefore Dhoni's with an apostrophe s stands for the possessive case. So these are 3 common cases that you will find in nouns. Subject and object case do not differ when it comes to nouns. There are rarely any errors induced because of incorrect use of cases in nouns, except probably the possessive case. So we will not discuss much about the subject and object cases here. We will only have a short discussion of the possessive case. So next, what is a possessive case? Just now we saw the sentence Dhoni's bat. The apostrophe s after Dhoni indicated that the bat was owned by Dhoni. So possessive case indicates possession of one thing by another, maybe a person, and generally the possession is by an animate object, that is a living thing. For example, Pathfinder's demo class. So although Pathfinder is not a living thing, but we take it to be an artificial person, and therefore Pathfinder's demo class here, the apostrophe s is accepted. Similarly, children's playground. This is another example of the possessive case. So children followed by apostrophe s and the playground. So where do we use this possessive case? First, to indicate possession of something by an animate object, which means a living thing. For example, horse's tail. Horse is a living thing, so horse can own the tail, and therefore the possessive apostrophe s indicates the tail being owned by the horse. So horse's tail. Take another example, India's enemy. A common mistake in the use of possessive is to use the possessive case for a non-living object. Generally, avoid using possessive to indicate possession by a non-living or an inanimate object. For example, do not say table's leg. It is more appropriate to say the leg of the table, because the table cannot have the leg or cannot own the leg, because the table is not a living thing. Better to say the leg of the table. Similarly, the blades of the fan and not the fan's blade. It is more appropriate to say blades of the fan. Next, we take a look at using of the possessive case, especially where to place the apostrophe. So here are some simple rules which will indicate and which will guide how and where to place the apostrophe s, which is visible in the possessive case. So in case of singular nouns, place the apostrophe before the s, as in Manish's book. So you see, Manish is followed by apostrophe, which is followed by an s, which indicates the possessive case. Similarly, Ram's bow, you can see the apostrophe is placed just before the s. Sachin's bat, again the same thing. In case of plural nouns, there are two possibilities. Number one, the plural ends in any letter other than s. And if this happens, that the plural ends in any letter other than s, place the apostrophe before the s as we do in case of singular nouns. So very simple. Children's playground. We see children is plural, but it does not end in an s. The word children does not end in an s. And therefore children's playgrounds. It's very similar to the way we have used apostrophe s in singular nouns. Men's change room. But if a plural noun ends in an s, then place the apostrophe after the s. For example, companies, workers. So companies is plural. We've placed the apostrophe after s. Similarly, horses, stable. Horses is plural and we've just placed the apostrophe s. And you can see that we've also eliminated the extra s that is required to indicate the possessive. So horses, stable, horses is plural and there is only an apostrophe and no s that follows the apostrophe. Horses, stable. Then we move on to countable and uncountable nouns. What are countable nouns? Countable nouns have both singular and plural forms, while the uncountable nouns will have only one form, that is the singular. For example, player is a noun, and because player also has a plural form, players, I can count 1, 2, 3 players. Therefore, this is a countable noun. Whereas a noun like honey, I cannot count 1 honey, 2 honey, and therefore honey is an uncountable noun. So countable nouns, some examples are ball, pen, bat, child, etc. And uncountable noun, bread, water, information, and sugar. These are all examples of uncountable nouns. Now there are some basic rules on the use of countable and uncountable nouns. For example, countable nouns can be introduced by articles and determiners. For example, we can say a picture or several pictures. Several is a determiner. A is an article in a picture. You can rarely introduce, in fact, you can never introduce uncountable nouns by determiners and by articles. Articles are a, an, and the. A student, fewer students, again, fewer is a determiner. Uncountable nouns are not introduced by articles. We do not say, give me a milk. Instead, we say, give me a glass of milk. Here, glass is a countable noun, and therefore, we can have a before the glass. You can use few and many with countable nouns only. For example, there are fewer students in the class today. There are many students in the class today. There are fewer tigers in India than there were a century ago. There are many tigers in the jungles of Madhya Pradesh. Then you can use much and little with only uncountable nouns. Just as few and many, we use them with only countable nouns. Much and little can be used only with uncountable nouns. For example, much of milk sold in Bhopal yesterday was adulterated. Or a little wine will make you feel better. Some determiners go with countable nouns alone. For example, several and every. Several actors were present on Karan's birthday bash. Some determiners will go with uncountable nouns only. For example, less. Competition for PSC is less than that for UPSC. Now remember, what is the difference between less and lesser? Many a times we use these words less and some places we use the word lesser, we must understand the difference between the two. And at the root of the difference lies the nature of these words. Less is an adverb, and it's an adverb of comparison, and lesser is an adjective. So the role performed by an adverb is it can be used for adjectives as well as for verbs. So less is used to compare two adjectives. So X is less happy than Y. Similarly, lesser, which is an adjective, will be used to compare two nouns. Sham has lesser money than Ram. Money here is a noun, and therefore the use of the word lesser is appropriate here. So with this we come to an end of the first part of subject verb agreement. In the next part of subject verb agreement, I will outline certain rules which you will use to identify errors in the agreement of subject and verb. In case you have any feedback or any queries regarding this session, please feel free to write to us at studentservices@pfindia.com. Thank you.